5 months ago, I bought myself the Bloomberry Starter Kit and decided to start this YouTube channel to share my experience of getting into Magic the Gathering as a brand new player. I've become addicted to Magic, playing almost every week and buying basically every new product that releases. Now, we're only a couple days away of 2025, and I figured it was time to give you guys a full recap of my year with this incredible game. I want to talk about the things I loved and hated the most about MTG in my first 5 months in this small award style video. I've come up with 10 categories or awards that I want to talk about, and I'll share my list in the comments down below so you guys can copy the list and then comment your answer for each category and come up with more categories if you want to as well. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please make sure to subscribe. We have a bunch more Magic videos coming up on the channel. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And now let's get into my recap of 2024. The first category is a really simple one. What was my favorite way to play Magic the Gathering? And I've tried a couple different ways. I tried Draft, I tried Magic the Gathering Arena, I tried the Classic. I don't know if it's limited or standard, but I played 1v1 where you have each a deck of 60 cards, and I've played Commander in 2, 3, 4, and 5 player modes. So I've tried a couple modes. There are definitely some modes that I haven't had the chance to play, but without a doubt, my favorite way to play the game is a 4-player Commander game. I'm not the biggest fan of playing a 1v1 game of Magic. Every time I played, I've kind of found it to be frustrating because it's always just who is the better player. And I know that that's what people want in a competitive card game, but that's not what I look for when I'm playing Magic. My favorite way is the 4-player and 3 players there too, because there is a social aspect to it. There is a way that even though I might not have drawn the best cards to help me win the game, I can work with someone else to take down whoever's in the lead. Or if I have a weaker deck or I haven't drawn really well, people are kind of ignoring me, so it gives me a bit more time to build up my game and then have a better combo for later on. So definitely 3 or 4-player Commander is the best way to play, in my opinion. 5-player is another one that I like, but none of my friends like playing 5-player because they feel like the game lasts way too long, which I agree. That is a big flaw of Magic in general, that the games can last a long time. But as soon as it's a 1v1 game mode, it's not for me because it's just who drew better or who has a better deck. And both of those things, it's just not what I like because I'm not a competitive guy. Sticking with Commander, the second category I want to talk about is what was my favorite deck to play with this year. So I actually got to play with 5 different Commander decks this year. 2 from Bloomberry, 2 from Duskmourn, and 1 Outlaws Thunder Junction. I hope that's the exact name. And my favorite is the Squirreled Away from Bloomberry, which was my first deck I ever got and what got me into Magic as well. I adore building an army of squirrels and sending them out. I adore the Planeswalker Garruk from that deck. The Commander himself is so cool. The art of Bloomberry really spoke to me, and it was just an overall great package. Its weakness is definitely flying, so anytime I play against someone who has a flying deck, I get absolutely destroyed. But outside of that, I feel like I can really stand against any other deck, and I really enjoyed it. And yes, I got the Precon Scrolled Away, but it is the only deck I own that I've actually added new cards because I got so invested in the deck and I played enough with it that I was able to find what cards were the weakness in that deck when I got the pre-constructed and modify it. All the other ones I did enjoy, but I never got addicted or hooked to wanting to improve it. So far, that's my favorite deck. Sticking with playing the game, what was the one thing I hated the most about Magic the Gathering? Very simple. The fucking rules. I hate how complex and how convoluted the rules of Magic the Gathering are. I hate the fact that for the first 4 months of playing Magic the Gathering, every single time I'd sit down with my friends, there would be a new card and everyone would be like, wait, pause the game. We got to spend the next 20 minutes looking online how we're supposed to figure out this situation and how this is supposed to interact with this. I hate how complicated the rules of Magic were. When I play with my wife, again, we're not competitive. We just go with what makes the most sense and we stick to that and we just kind of power through. But as soon as we play in a scenario where people are taking the game way more seriously than me, I hate how much time goes into understanding the rules of Magic. And I know a lot of people are going to be very upset that that's one of my big things, but they can simplify this game so much, especially the card text, that will make the rules easier to follow. That's the thing I hated the most about Magic. The next thing I want to talk about is something that a lot of people have asked me whenever I meet up in a group or even in the comments of my YouTube channel. Do I prefer playing Magic or do I prefer collecting the cards? And the answer is that I prefer collecting over playing. As I said earlier, the rules, the amount of time that it takes, and the deck building, there's a lot of things that playing I really, really like. But man, do I just love looking at that beautiful cardboard art on the cards. I love collecting cards in Magic. You probably noticed by all the booster unboxing, all the products I get. I love just opening up a pack and seeing what's the value. But even outside of the collecting and the value side, I just love the art style of Magic the Gathering. Every single set that I've seen so far, the Duskmourn, Bloomburrow, and even some of the older ones like Kamigawa is another one, the art, just trying to get those beautiful foil cards and just having them in a box at any time I can just look at. I really, really enjoy collecting the cards. And I know that that's not what everyone wants out of Magic, but I'm really enjoying that. So if you ask me, I prefer collecting over playing. Transitioning over to collecting, what was the most valuable card that I pulled this year? And the answer is I got Vren the Relentless in raised foil. There's definitely a video you guys can go back and watch. Here's a picture of what it looks like. I don't actually have the card anymore because I sold that card, but that was without a doubt, the most expensive and the most hype moment I got from pulling a rare card from a booster pack. Next up, let's talk about the products. The first thing I want to talk about was what was the must-buy product of the year? And I came up with 2 for beginners. I'm going to need everyone's help in the comments down below because I'm a newer player, so I don't know for the whole year. But for new players, I highly recommend the Foundations Beginner Box or the Foundation Starter Collection. Both of those products are must-own for anyone that's jumping into Magic. Outside of that, what was the must-buy product of the year for regular players or competitive players? I want to know from you guys in the comments down below. On the complete opposite of the must-buy, what was my biggest purchasing regret? If you've been watching a lot of my videos, you probably heard me say it already, but if you didn't, the MagicCon Mystery Booster Box 2. This is meant for draft players, and at the time, I was a very new player who didn't know what that meant, and I was just buying every product that came out. Having bought this, there's a lot of valuable cards in here that I am going to resell, but the box itself is meant for people who like to play draft, and it's just not my go-to game style. I'm gonna do a couple videos where I'm gonna play draft with my friends, and maybe over time my opinion's gonna change, but so far I'm not the biggest fan of draft mode, so the mystery booster box wasn't for me. I forgot that I had these, so much so that you're watching this video. In the future, I have another video of me unboxing more of these boosters because I swear to God, I had this box on this table ready for this video so I can show it to you, and I only just now realized there are mystery boosters left in here that I never opened. I've had this for 4 months now and I still haven't opened everything in here. So yeah, this is definitely not for me. The next category is probably very similar to the one I just said. The mystery booster was my biggest regret. But what was my biggest disappointment? Well, I have 2. The first thing was Canada Post. So if you guys don't know, Canada Post went on strike, and for over a month, my Marvel Secret Lair cards were stuck in someone's truck and I never were able to get them until I got them on Christmas Day, which I'm very happy about, but as you probably have seen so far, I still haven't unboxed them. They are back there. So at some point I'm going to finally get to open up my Marvel Secret Lair cards, but that was one of my biggest disappointments. My other big disappointment was the Duskmourn Nightmare bundle. This thing was really hyped, very excited about what was in here, but the reason I'm disappointed in it is that a lot of the stuff that I got from the box wasn't really high value. I didn't get any goods card and any of the boosters, and in the box when you get it, everyone gets one of 3 of the promo cards, and I guess the one that I got was one of the worst ones because when I looked at the value, it's only like $4. And in Canada, this was like $160. And if you go back and watch my video, everyone in the comments kept saying, you got scammed, you paid overpriced. I didn't pay over. That's what the Canadian price of this is. So this is a big disappointment for what you get in this box. Next up, what was my favorite accessory that I bought this year? And the answer, I have actually 2. It is the deck box that I got from Amazon that you can see here. Comes with 2 sides to it, which means that you can get 2 of your commander decks in it. So you can see here, I've got a full set of one of my commander decks, which is my Hazel, my Bloom Barrel 1, the Squirrel Away. And on the other side, I've got my Lord of Pain, which is my Duskmourn Commander deck. So I love this set because it's very easy to bring everywhere with you. You got your 100 card deck. You got actually a little thing for your tokens on the side. And it also comes with a little pouch here that you can bring whatever extra stuff you need. I'm going to try and bring it out for you guys. So in this case, I've got myself a set of dice and a second of my favorite accessories, which are the dry erase tokens. So these are just playing cards that are blank, and you can just use a marker on it, write whatever you want, and it dry erases itself. So we use these for all the tokens, which again, with my token deck, super easy. Just write S for squirrel, and then voila, you can use it all. My favorite accessory, without a doubt, the box and the dry erase cards, which go back and watch my must-buy products. There's a link for these if you guys were interested. Next up, what were my favorite boosters to open this year? If you've seen the channel, I've been opening so many booster packs, play, set, collector, old school stuff. I went back and got like Kamigawa, Wilds of Eldraine. I've been really trying to spread out and understand as much of Magic as I can. But if you were probably able to guess this, my favorite is still Bloom Barrel. Play and collector Bloom Barrel sets are my favorite. I love these little critters. Even when I don't get anything valuable, I just love the art style so much. If it wasn't for this, I would probably still not be playing Magic, except for... And the last award of the video is, what is my most anticipated set of 2025? If it wasn't Bloom Barrel that got me into Magic, it would have been Marvel. And Marvel's coming in 2025. We already got the Secret Lair stuff, but outside of that, they have officially announced a Spider-Man set for the year of 2025. And that is without a doubt my most anticipated set of the year. I am very excited for a lot of them, which I will be making a video where I'm going to rank my most anticipated of all of them. So you will know second, third, and fourth. But number one, small spoiler for that next video, is the Spider-Man Marvel set. I am super pumped to see how they're going to get all the Spider-Man characters, which ones are going to be commander decks, what are they going to be the rare cards. Oh man, I am so pumped for that. And that's the end of my 5-month recap of 2024 with Magic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are excited for the next year because I'm super pumped to see what's next for Magic. We have a bunch of new sets coming out. I have a bunch more boosters to open for you guys, but I also told you guys I was going to start playing some games, some deck building, and that's all going to be in the new year. I'm starting to test out some trials of how to set up on the board game table so I can record some cool games for you guys. So all that stuff is coming very soon. I appreciate you guys with all your support so far. Please subscribe, comment, give the video a thumbs up, all that fun stuff. And of course, Happy New Year. See you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.